Hello and welcome back to another DIY video. Before we get started, make sure you give me that thumbs up to help with the YouTube algorithm. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel in the bottom right hand corner, and we'll get started here in just a moment. So if you look in the frame, this is an upper oil pan gasket. I went with the FelPro. I'm going to be changing it because mine is leaking pretty bad. I'll get started on some tools you'll need here in a second. So some tools you'll need here, starting from left to right. This right here is going to be a 1/4 inch torque wrench. I have mine preset for 105 inch-pounds. This right here is going to be a 1/2 inch torque wrench. This is set for 40 foot-pounds. Standard ratchet. This right here is going to be a 15 millimeter bit, 10 millimeter bit. This is a 1/4 inch extension, some type of a gasket seal maker, whatever you want to use, RTV, and of course the FelPro gaskets, what I'm going to go with, and we'll get started under the car. If you are a follower of the channel, thank you very much. You'll notice that I already installed my Fumoto drain plug right here. So make sure your car gets up to operating temperature, drains out a little faster. I'm just going to let that drip for a little bit. So from the driver's side or the passenger side, doesn't really matter how. You want to get under your Jeep. We're trying to get access to the transmission dustpan cover, I think is what this is called, but we want access to this. So let me try to reposition the camera. Alright, so we are under the Jeep. Get your 15 millimeter bit. This one's going to be a little tough. I actually had to get a little swivel extension where it bends a little bit, kind of like this. See that? Just make sure it sits flush before you start cranking on it so you don't strip the bolt out. Just kind of careful with these AC lines. Okay. Alright. So there's a 1, 2, 3, 4, and then there's 5, 6, and 7. So 7 bolts total. Go get a battery powered ratchet to pull these off a little quicker, but just remove those bolts. Pretty much just loosening them up enough so I can do the rest by hand. I won't bore you with that stuff. Let me pause it. I don't think it really matters which order these bolts go, but just in case, I want to try to keep them in the same order. This one right here, oops, this one right here was probably the hardest so far just because of this AC line, so I was just trying to be gentle with it. Alright. I got a fat pull back in this. We're a little stuck. Hold on, let me put it back in. Need to get a different ratchet, a little one that's a little flatter. Okay. Just kind of hold this so it doesn't fall on your head. Okay. Put this down right here. This should come off. I hope. Okay, there you go. Okay. Let's go put it somewhere safe and clean it up anyways. Alright. My fasteners, I just put them there in the order in which I took them off, just so I know which ones go into which hole. Again, I don't know if that actually matters, but I'm going to put the same ones into the correct holes, but I'm going to clean them up first, of course. Let's get back out and clean this up. So this is what that little cover looks like. It's obviously very wet and oily. I'm just going to clean it up and get back under the car. Alright, so now we are back under the car. You'll see that there's going to be two gaskets. Essentially, this is a gasket filled, I don't even know what it's called, but this is the lower oil pan right here. There is no gasket. You use the RTV or gasket maker to create the gasket. This is not what we're removing. We're removing the top portion. So all these fasteners right here, there's quite a few of them. So these are going to be 10 millimeters. Take them all around. The tough part, not tough, but just takes a little bit more effort. It's going to be on this side where you have these AC lines. So again, just kind of be careful, but take all those off. Shouldn't really be a particular order, but I'm just going to loosen them all up. And then I'm going to use a battery-powered ratchet to make it a little faster. Just loosen them all up. Probably don't need to see that. Just an update. It looks like these two fasteners right here in the front, this is the front of the engine. These two right here are different than everything else. So just be mindful of that. Keep these towards the front. Starting to rain. Sorry guys, I gotta close the garage, it's starting to rain. Well, that almost fell. Let me see. If you have an extra set of hands, that would be great. I do not. I need to put another screw in so it can be held in place a little bit because I don't have an extra set of hands. So give me just a moment. Let me fasten this one back in. Alright, there you go. I probably have to stop filming. Anyways, I'm going to take those both off and take that pin off. I have stopped recording, but I took the other one off. See if I can take this one off too. Something is being held on. I don't know what, so give me just a moment. Oh, I think it is. I know what it is. It's the AC line. It's getting hung up by the AC line. Alright, so I found this snag. Let me show you. Alright. Zooming in. So right there, there's a 10mm fastener that's anchored into the upper oil pan gasket, so you have to loosen that up. Knowing that now, it could have been better probably just to take that off from the beginning so you have full access to all of your bolts. So keep that in mind. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just degreasing everything and just cleaning up this oil pan. I'm gonna actually do the same thing for the upper part as well. I'm just cleaning up the mating surfaces, make sure the gasket's removed, but I don't think you need to see this part. Under the car right now. You'll notice the gasket is still on there. I didn't take it off yet. Just make sure it is taken off completely. Wear eye protection so you don't get stuff on your eyes. You'll see there's some RTV right there in the corners. I want to put some back there as well once we get there to that point. But for now, let's go ahead and just take this off. Kind of caked on there. There that goes. Now we're going to clean this entire mating surface. Again, there's going to be some RTV with that gasket maker stuff I have right here in the corners. Yeah. And then there should be some back here too. Yeah, I think it's right there. Yeah, it's right here in the corners. Okay. I'm going to pause and just go get a blade and clean that up. Alright, so you see how mine is pretty clean? The better you clean this, the better the mating surface is going to be when you get on your gasket. Now we're going to go ahead and loosen this bad boy up because my FelPro kit came with a replacement O-ring. So there should be an O-ring. Oops. Taking this off so I can replace the O-ring on it.
describing, go ahead and replace it with your replacement kit.
So this right here is going to be the oil pan. I pretty much already cleaned the mating surface on this one. Now I'm going to get under the car and do the same thing.
Just get a little pick tool. Okay.
Opening up my new one.
I'm going to finagle with this. Alright, now you get these little pins. You just put them up here. And what this does, it's just going to hold the gasket on there for you so you can get your oil pan on. In theory. Now you're going to get your RTV, put some right across right here, and then of course right there towards the back as well. Right there and right there. I'm trying to make sure there's no oil, so it sticks a little better. Coming in slowly. There we go. So even. Start fastening. Let's see. Right here. Just gonna get these on so it starts. So I can at least hold it. Snug all those up. You want to tighten all of that, but don't torque it down just yet because you want to let the RTV stuff seal for about 10 minutes-ish or so before you torque it. Okay. Kind of hard to squeeze. it's just kind of, this tube is kind of hard to squeeze. Let's go towards the back. Just a little dab. And then a little dab. Man, whoever made this, like I said, is super, super hard to squeeze. I'm like barely able to get that dab out. Sure I have enough on there because again it's kind of hard to squeeze. Alright, so that looks okay. Get my gasket. Get the oil pan. Alright, so once you give it about 10 minutes-ish or so, you can go ahead and torque all the remaining bolts down. Probably doesn't matter as far as like the pattern in which you tighten it, but I'm just going to do like a middle, top, kind of work my way in. These 10 millimeters are going to be torqued down at 105 inch-pounds, and the transmission does cover. These are going to be 40 foot-pounds. Okay, that's going to be pretty much it. That is pretty much going to be it.
I appreciate you watching. Again, if you like this video, make sure you give me that thumbs up to help with the YouTube algorithm. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel in the bottom right hand corner. Again, this is how to replace your upper oil pan gasket. Thank you very much.